Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 65. We're going to talk about a bunch of trailers that came out during San Diego Comic-Con, and then one news article. Then we're going to jump into games we've been playing recently and other things we may have been watching and things like that, pretty much. So, first thing is obviously, I think, the most controversial and most conflicting trailer amongst people, the Titans trailer, the live-action Teen Titans show, and yeah, so...
Yeah. Looks like garbage. And I think a lot of people could agree with that. It's doing the classic DC edgy, like too edgy thing. There's a famous line, and I don't want to get you demonetized, so Robin just comes up and says F Batman in a very gruffy voice, and it's hilarious. It's just everything about it just looks very cheap and not good. Like Beast Boy looks awful. Like Raven, I don't know what's wrong with her. She looks like 12 for some reason. I just don't know what they're doing with this, and it just makes me really depressed because like every new Teen Titans reiteration is just like not what I want. Like it's just all garbage all the time. So
yeah,
I just don't think they don't know what they're doing.
I mean, personally, I'm gonna go and wait for the show to actually come out, and then those people who are actually gonna buy the like DC subscription thing, then watch and be like, yeah, it was actually garbage, or you know what, it wasn't that bad, or whatever. But yeah, I can definitely see why a lot of people are hating on it. I'm not on like the full hate train, I would say. Obviously, certain things about this show are definitely like, why is there so much blood? Why is there, why is it taking such a darker tone for the Teen Titans when, for the most part, it's supposed to be, like all fun, good times sort of thing, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Teen Titans don't really fit what they're going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they fit more. I mean, just still like is in the name. I guess they call it Titans, not Teen Titans anymore.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it really fits as well with these characters, but I guess we have to wait and see. And it's gonna be only on their app, right, or something like that. Like,
the DC
service?
Universe streaming thing.
Yeah, it's not gonna be on CW or anything. Even though it looks like a CW show, it's not gonna be on there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just feel like that until we get actual like all of the entire series comes out on that streaming service and people watch it, it's not entirely gonna be really bad, but it's definitely leaning towards that direction just because of what we've seen from this first trailer alone, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good. I mean, most trailers nowadays are like not that great, so we just you gotta take it with a grain of salt, though. So I'm not really liking what I'm seeing. So I guess we're waiting to see.
Yeah.
The next thing I could rather say looks like trash though. Mega Man Fully Charged. This is an animated CGI cartoon for Mega Man, and it does not look good. It first off, I don't really like the CG. Like it looks like kind of bland. Okay. Like the environments are very empty and like blank. Like just like I do not like it at all. Mega Man himself, he's just like, yeah, gotta go Mega. It's like, don't go Mega. It's just everything about it just doesn't look that great, and it makes me wonder what happened to the My Number 9 cartoon. Like, did it just make it into Mega Man because My Number 9, sucked?
We were talking about Mighty Number 9, but
apparently, yeah.
I have no idea what happened to that. So.
Yeah, I have no idea where this is airing either.
Cartoon Network, I believe.
Oh, that's Cartoon Network. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good to see that Mega Man's getting like popular again. That's nice to see. With the Legacy collections coming out, Mega Man X Legacy came out like a few days ago. Mega Man 11. It's really cool to see him get recognized again. But I guess that comes with having a bad cartoon. So I guess we gotta deal with that. I mean, again, the only good thing about this is that Mega Man's popular at
or like some trying capacity. To come back into the light of mainstream media, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah.
Personally, this is obviously not for us. This is meant for kids, and I feel like that this is a good way to introduce younger audiences to Mega Man. But the contents of the show, it could be good. I have no idea. I am extremely optimistic when it comes to like these first trailer sort of things. But I'm probably not gonna watch it just because it's not for me, and I'm probably not gonna see exactly where the show's trying to go. I guess I have no idea what the hell I'm saying right now, but
I guess it's going more for a Saturday morning cartoons type of thing, I guess,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't know how well it's gonna shake out.
Yeah,
It
me
could be
neither.
good, but probably
Mhm.
not. But because Cartoon Network likes to like not show anything but Teen Titans Go, so it's probably not gonna air at all.
That's a
But
fact.
I guess we gotta wait and see.
I mean, that one joke with the robot and the guy, I'm not gonna lie, I chuckled at that a little, but
Yeah. I mean, like it could be fine, but
Mhm.
it's probably not gonna get even the light to like see a season 2 or anything like that. Because again, Cartoon Network is like, why aren't our shows doing well? Only Teen Titans Go is good doing well. It's because it's the only thing to show.
but yeah,
But whatever.
once again, very optimistic about this show. Next trailer we got here is a video game trailer, Telltale's The Walking Dead. We don't get much off of this trailer, I don't think, other than the fact that it looks like Clementine's working with a new group and, AJ, and trying to tell him that, hey, don't trust people. But
Yeah, it's very short.
it's like 46 seconds, so.
When is this supposed to come out?
First episode's coming out August 14th, so that is very
okay.
soon. Very excited for
Like,
it.
Again, the only season I played was the first one, and I liked it a lot. But I never played the second, or I guess the third one.
Yeah.
It was the third one, right, with the other guy.
Yeah, the third one.
Yeah. It's like, don't talk about.
That other guy.
All right, so next we got the Spider-Man story trailer that they also showed in Comic-Con, and I'm still really excited for this game. I'm really hyped for it. Too bad it comes out when everything else comes out. Like literally September is just a month to die, because there's just too many games I have to play at that time. It's too much. But what did you think about the story trailer here?
Other than the fact that we got fully confirmation that the classic suit is in the game in some way. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a story trailer, but they didn't give us much off of the story actually, other than that I believe Silver Sable is, after Spider-Man and told to shoot on sight or something like that. But and Miles is actually working with Spider-Man, so that's pretty cool. But still really excited for the game nevertheless.
I'm glad they're doing the same thing basically all Spider-Man video games do, where they just add like everything from Spider-Man into the game, which is nice. Like they did that with Spider-Man 2, they did that with Ultimate Spider-Man, so I'm glad they're doing it with this one too. Because I was afraid they weren't gonna focus on too many things and only on you or whatever, but I'm glad they're just adding like everything.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. Because I feel like those are the best part about Spider-Man games, is just seeing all the villains and even the obscure ones that you don't really see a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We getting everything.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Now we got Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie trailer. So far so good, I would say, as a person who doesn't watch Super. I think that what we got from this trailer was really nice. And them bringing Broly into the main canon, I guess,
Yes.
I think is a very interesting idea because, at this point we've gotten so many forms of the Super Saiyan sort of line, and now Broly being the actual legendary Super Saiyan, I think is really nice.
Yeah, I like his design a lot too. Like, I think it's pretty cool. Still faithful to the old design, but still a little different. And it looks like this is gonna give it more backstory, which I think Broly desperately needed. Because, like I said before, his whole thing was just like, "Oh, Kakarot, he's crying." So it's good. I'm good to see he's getting like more backstory and getting more fleshed out, because he is a very fan favorite character. So I think he does deserve a little more justice than being a non-canon movie thing. So I'm happy that he's actually getting like recognized and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he's definitely one of the more popular non-canon movie characters.
Oh yeah, like by a long shot. Like people really wanted Broly to be like an actual thing, and now he is, and fitting that into I guess the new Dragon Ball series, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna make another series.
Probably, but, I wouldn't doubt it.
No, it's cool. I like Broly, and I'm glad to see him actually getting a movie, and hopefully it's good, like Battle of the Gods and stuff like that. So I guess we gotta wait and see, and that's coming out later this year, right, or next year?
January 2019, I believe it says here. So very exciting
Very
stuff.
soon too. Yeah. All right. So next we got the Aquaman trailer, and I don't know what to feel about. I mean, like, it's Aquaman,
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone really care about Aquaman? Like the whole, I feel like, again, I was saying this before. With the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they really built it up slowly with Iron Man and then like Thor, Captain America. Like they gave each hero the own thing before they did the Avengers. This DC Cinematic Universe just started with like, all right, Superman, then we got Batman, then we got Wonder Woman, and then we're just gonna do the Avengers, and then we do everyone else later. It's like they rushed it out instead of giving everyone else their own movie, so you get to know these characters and actually care about them.
Yeah. So
when Aquaman, like now Aquaman's having his own movies, like what I don't care. Like they already had Justice League. Like I don't care about just seeing Aquaman. Like anyone want to see Aquaman? I don't want to see Aquaman.
Hey, I mean,
also, like you pointed out, the CG is kind of weird. Like it just looks a little.
Yeah, some of it's a little shoddy.
Yeah, like I don't really know what happened to the budget there, and I don't know. I'm really not feeling the whole DC stuff. And there was a lot of DC stuff in this. In San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
And I just wasn't feeling most of it, except one thing that we'll talk about after this. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not really feeling this.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to make because most people see Aquaman as like an extremely jokey character. You know, I could talk to fish. Woo. So them trying. I don't think they're gonna go 100% the serious route like what they did with like Batman vs Superman or anything like that. Just because of some of the jokes we've seen from this one trailer alone. I think that DC knows that they have to take a much lighthearted approach, especially with Aquaman, because I feel like that if they go too serious, because this is Aquaman we're talking about, and
I mean I feel like they're making him Thor basically, like in terms of
in
character.
some regards, I guess. Yeah.
He seems like a Thor-y type of person.
Mm-hmm. But what I feel like what may make this movie suffer a lot, which I don't think a lot of people have talked about yet, is that there might be too much going on in this movie. Because we got like the origin story with him, being a kid, and then I guess him discovering he could talk to fish, and then we had like his half brother coming back and everything like that. So
again, that's like the problem with DC in general, is they cram too much stuff because they want to catch up to Marvel, but it's like too late.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if that'll actually be a problem, or they'll like do the origin stuff in the beginning and then we'll jump to present day or whatever. So but that could potentially be a problem, but I have no idea if it will be. That's just something that I'm speculating right now. But overall, Aquaman, I'm definitely gonna see it because it does come out later this year in December, I believe. Yep, December 21st. So I don't see no reason not to see it, especially someone like myself who has Movie Pass. So might as well go see it, see if it's actually a good or bad movie, I guess.
All right. So yeah, the next thing over there is Shazam.
Yep. Got the Shazam teaser trailer.
And I thought it was really good, actually. I like it a lot because it didn't feel like a DC movie at all. Like it was very jokey.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks lighthearted and like a fun movie, which is something they don't like to do. But it looks really good. So basically, just like some kid. I never heard of Shazam before.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, it's like some kid gets a power. This old dude, and if he says Shazam, he could turn into like a superhero, basically.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty interesting concept, and it looks like it'll be a nice fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just him discovering his superpowers and stuff like that, and figuring out what he's really supposed to do. I think it's an interesting concept, and I like it a lot, having a more lighthearted DC movie while having fun, because it's a superhero movie. So
yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it. It came out of nowhere. I didn't even know this was happening, but yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah, same here. It definitely looks like it's going to have like elements of a somewhat of a coming age of story kind of thing, because you have the two kids, and then they get these powers, or one of them gets the power of Shazam, and you get to go and see on how he becomes a superhero and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be trials and tribulations and all that good stuff that comes with being a new superhero, I guess. So but yeah, this trailer definitely gave me a vibe that I was going to like it, and I'm very excited for this movie now, despite me not knowing it really all that much. And now with this trailer out, very excited for it. April 2019 is the scheduled release date right now, so
yeah,
very, very cool.
All right, and I get I'm just gonna say this one.
Yeah.
'Cause this got me really excited.
You got
so
it.
Godzilla King of the Monsters. This first off, this is a really good trailer, and a lot of people seem to agree. Like I love just how it looked. The CG looks pretty good. Just how every monster was emerging was really awesome. And I just want to say that out of the way. But so this movie is a sequel to the 2014 Godzilla movie, which I thought was kind of bad because that movie basically just showed Godzilla, and this is normal for Godzilla movies to show him only for like 2 fight scenes and then that's it, and most of the time just humans talking. But for this one, they really bait you a lot in the movie, like, hey, this fight's gonna happen, and then like Godzilla roars and then just zooms out to like them fighting on the TV, and the kid's like, oh my god, Godzilla's fighting. I'm like, wow, you suck, movie, I want to see that. And then like the final bit was great, but that was about the only part of the movie that was worth seeing. I think someone on YouTube, in total, there's only like 14 minutes of Godzilla in that whole movie. I'm like, that is awful. And it was like, it wasn't like, the high points were really high, but the low points are extremely low, and it just wasn't worth seeing it. And apparently the director for that movie also made Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, and that movie had the exact same problem where basically the whole movie wasn't that great until like the last bit, and I don't know why this guy keeps doing that. But for this movie, the guy, a new dude, I don't know, I think he made I think he only has one movie that he directed, Krampus, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. But I could already see that he's providing a lot more monster stuff, and like more monsters we actually care about, or if you actually know about Godzilla. So it's Godzilla, then got Mothra, which is another popular one, King Ghidorah, which is another popular one, and Rodan, which I haven't seen since like his first movies, which is cool to see him again, and that made me excited because like they actually remember this one monster that no one cares about. That's awesome. But yeah, no, it just seems to be just provide a lot more action, and I really like the designs for all the new monsters there. Rodan looks really cool. King Ghidorah, they didn't really show him in the trailer, but in the poster they had for San Diego Comic-Con, it showed his like sort of design, and it looks really cool. And Mothra, I didn't really see much of Mothra's like actual moth design, but the larva design looks really cool. Basically, I think it's just doing everything it should have done in the first place, which is just have actual monsters fight each other and have like ones that I actually care about. And I think people would appreciate that because it would make a less boring movie. So I'm really excited for it. It seems they're finally doing Godzilla justice over here, because I usually have to wait till Japan does one.
Yeah,
like Toho.
For the North American audiences.
Yeah, like, the past 2 Godzilla North American movies haven't been that great. Like, obviously the 1998 one was bad. The 2014 one was just disappointing. And this one actually looks like it could be good. So I'm hoping they don't mess it up. Also, 11 is there, so that's cool.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, she's there. Yeah. I don't know. I have high hopes for this. I think they're finally going to do it and actually have a lot of monster battles and just have the human bits actually be interesting. So I hope they could pull it off, because it looks really cool. I still need to watch Shin Godzilla, which was the Japanese one that released like I think last year or 2 years ago. I still need to watch that because they said that movie is also extremely good. But yeah, no, I'm happy Godzilla's getting a lot of movies again. I love him. So yeah, there you go. That was unexpected. I did not expect this, but yeah, it's cool to see.
All right, well,
so yeah, there you go.
My quick thoughts. To be honest, I thought that this was like another reboot. I was like, they're doing it again, but
no, it's the same continuation, because Godzilla looks exactly the same as he did in that movie.
Okay, so. Yeah, all right. Next chapter in the Godzilla and Kong sort of universe thing that they're doing here.
It makes sense to have an extended universe for him, because he's been having that for like forever.
Yeah,
like for 50 years, so it makes sense. So it doesn't feel too forced. So,
but
that's good.
The only thing I'm wondering is how well Millie Bobby Brown's gonna do outside of the Stranger Things sort of universe.
Yeah, I was
guess.
wondering that too, because it was weird to see her. Like, it looks like she's doing the same character. She's just
she's just screaming and interacting with strange monsters and creatures or whatever. So so but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, but not excited like you are. But
I know, but giant monster movies are my thing. It's always been my thing.
Of course.
I love it.
All right. Last thing we're going to talk about is the controversy surrounding James Gunn and him being the director of Guardians 3. So, turns out some people found out some old tweets from him back in like 2008 2008, 2009, and there were some jokes that were really, really bad, really in poor taste. And Disney saw that, these tweets that were made 9 years ago, and they were like, "You're fired." So, and there have been, people on both sides of the story where it's like, I'm with James Gunn and I'm with Disney. There's some people that get Disney's decision, and there's some people that get, them sticking with James Gunn because, he has matured over these years, and him making jokes like that in 2018 would definitely be on a 0% chance sort of thing. But people see that decision by Disney as them trying to save ass or save face, I guess, because they're still trying to get the 20th Century Fox stuff, and they want to make sure that everything's clean on their plate, I guess. So
yeah, so I think obviously this guy did a lot for the cinematic universe and for Disney as a whole, and I think firing him just for some tweets he did like a few years ago is really dumb. The only time I'll say firing someone for tweets is there was I didn't want to mention this last podcast, but there was the whole Guild Wars 2 thing happening where there's a whole Twitter fight with one of the employees, and the reason they got fired it was because they directly attacked the consumer in tweets, and that makes a company look bad. So I think that's fine if you're directly attacking a consumer on the product you're working on. But if you're just making some offhand jokes that, yeah, they're bad, but they're not really, that's just him as a person. It's not really like the company as a whole. I don't think that deserves getting fired. Maybe like a talking to, or maybe like lowering his position or something like that. But straight up just firing him seems like a knee-jerk reaction from Disney. I really don't understand why they went so hard on him. Mostly he directed Guardians of the Galaxy and he helped out a lot with Infinity War, so I don't know like why they would jump so hard on him like that.
Yeah. Some people say that like it's people from like the left or the right that like track down like his old tweets on Twitter and like try to ruin him, which obviously they succeeded in because they know Disney and they would definitely do this, and I'm not surprised that they did. It's just really disappointing that they did so, sort of thing. But next question is that who's going to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and where is James Gunn going to go from here, so.
Yeah, I have no idea, because like now Guardians 3 seems to be in a really bad spot if they, lost everything.
Spoiler for Infinity War, but we only got Rocket.
Yeah, I know, so it's like, I don't know what they're going to do. It seems they really shot themselves in the foot here. Like, I don't know. I feel like they caused more trouble from themselves firing him than they would have just leaving him there. I think they could have dealt with the PR storm or what came from this.
They 100% could have dealt with the situation better, but unfortunately they did not, so.
Yeah, I really don't agree with this, like, at all, because I think firing just for some offhand joke he made, like, a long time ago is just really dumb.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Disney might have regretted this, because it seems very knee-jerky, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen to Guardians 3, or if it's even going to be good now. Like,
there's definitely going to be a lot of questions when that movie definitely gets a trailer and when it does come out, because right now James Gunn is not directing it, but who knows? Disney could bring him back. I doubt it though. No,
they're probably not.
Yeah, it's like a 5% chance in my opinion, but
yeah,
there's that. All right, games we have been playing recently. So I'll go first because I think you went first last time.
Yeah.
So Fortnite, obviously. You could jump in on this whenever you like. But I feel like this meta right now, I think me and my brother could definitely agree with this. I know that they just nerfed the SMGs, but I still feel
I heard about that. Yeah.
I still feel like SMGs are like really dumb
so they're the new shotguns, basically.
Yeah, because like. Yeah. You just melt people in like 3 seconds, and I don't know why they implemented the P90 or whatever the submachine gun they call it, but
I heard about that.
It's pretty much a P90, and that just melts people, that melts structures. It's just really annoying, and yeah, like there was like a squad game where like me and my brother got like the new SMGs that aren't silenced, and my god, man, like green or blue, like you're just gonna kill everyone, and it just seems really unfair because they're at 100 shield, 100 health, and you just kind of just kill them instantly, and it's like, well, that's that.
Yeah, like there really seems to be the new pump now. Like they fix one thing, but then they have another thing pop up. So
yeah, that's sort of how like I feel like works, balancing works, and I feel like it's a cause of like Epic changing the game too fast. It's sort of like what Riot was doing before they like actually took the time to, you know, release patches and stuff like that.
Right.
Before, I guess now Epic is taking a little bit more time with the patches, but before, every single time I would go on Fortnite, there was like some sort of update or something like that, you know. But yeah, I think it's just a cause of them changing too much at once, or them, you know, doing all these small changes at once, and then it just eventually becomes, hey, SMGs are actually like really good because they keep making these small buffs. But now they actually did like a hot fix or like a small nerf, I guess.
Okay.
But I still feel like that they're still really good.
Yeah, I hear everyone complaining about SMGs now. So I'm like, no, rest in peace, everything else.
Yep. But other than that, I play League, D5, unfortunately. But I will definitely get back up. I will let you guys know, hopefully, in the next podcast episode where I am in a higher place. But I watched a bunch of movies and one Netflix show. I guess I'll talk about the Netflix show real quick. I don't know if you watched this, Damian, but The End of the Fucking World is really good.
I have not. I heard about it, though.
Yeah. It takes like 2 hours to watch. There's 8 episodes, but each episode is like 20 to 30 minutes long. It's a really good show. It's based off of a comic, and yeah, it's a interesting take on like a sort of like romance story involving teenagers. So, but yeah, I really did like it. I don't know if I ever talked about this on the podcast, but I watched Molly's Game a while back.
I don't think you did.
Okay, but yeah, sure, Molly's Game. All I have to say on that movie is that it's a interesting story, because I believe it's based on a true story, but you know, turned into a film or whatever. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that, because me explaining the story, because I don't know much about poker or gambling or anything like that. Me just watching that movie, I was just like, wow, this is really interesting. A newer movie that came out, Sorry to Bother You, that is just watch it. It takes a interesting turn that I did not see coming at like a certain point of the movie, and I was just like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's how I felt about Your Name.
Oh my god. And then I watched Game Night. That was a movie that came out.
I've heard about that as well.
Yeah,
yes.
I believe it came out earlier this year.
I think it did, yeah.
Yeah, but that was a fun movie. 100%. It's not a horror movie or anything like that, you know. But it's more like a dark humor in some ways kind of
That's
thing.
That's what I saw from the trailer.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that was definitely a fun movie. And then Three Identical Strangers. That is a documentary involving three triplets, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much 3 people who were, you know, look alike. They were all split apart in a orphanage, and then they came back together, and they were trying to figure out as to why they were split up in the first place, and that was their story in the documentary. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been doing. So what have you been doing, good sir?
So I've been doing 2 things. I've been playing Octopath Traveler, and I've been playing Enter the Gungeon, because they released a new update. So let me talk about Octopath first.
Okay.
Octopath is extremely good, and I like it a lot. Obviously, the graphics and music, you know, right, speak for themselves. We already played the demo. Like, you can already see that the game is gorgeous, has a very unique art style, being that it looks like a pop-up book with SNES graphics, and I think it fits really well. Like, it just looks beautiful. Every scene looks amazing, and I love it. The music is also extremely good. As for the things that people aren't too sure about, like the story or combat and stuff like that, I would say the stories are pretty good. Some of them start off extremely weak, like the Apothecary. His story really has no direction for like 2 chapters until the last 2 chapters, and then I'm like, okay, I see where they're going with this, and it's okay. Well, some stories just start off strong and end strong, like the Primrose story, which is extremely dark and is like a tonal like shift from everything else. Because everything else is like typical fantasy stuff or like, you know, fun adventure stuff, and her story is just like really, really dark. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's pretty good. I like it a lot. But yeah, I feel like the 8 stories are just really different from what a lot of the people are used to. You know, obviously having one like main story and stuff like that. Or if there is like 8 separate stories, they're usually like side quests for like one main thing. You know what I mean? Like one main plot. There really isn't a main plot in this game. It's mostly just the 8 separate stories. But I like the way they do it, where you just learn about the world in each 8 of these separate stories, and it really helps like the world building and stuff, and it makes you care about this world and stuff. And I think it works out pretty well. I really did care a lot about the world I was in, and like about each individual story, since it's not like I'm not fighting no gods or anything like that. It's all very personal stuff, and that's something you don't see in a lot of RPGs, especially JRPGs, where they always rush to like, oh, I gotta fight the god now, and it doesn't really make sense, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But with this one, it's just like, nah, I just beat this dude that like killed your dad or something. It's like, all right, and then that's it. That's the end of the story. I'm like, okay, that's extremely small scale, and no one would care about that unless you're like that character. And I feel like that's kind of cool, just having like a smaller story. So yeah, I think the 8 stories do work well. I think some of them could be improved, obviously, to be a little better. But I think it's an interesting idea, and I don't know. I think I would like more games to like do that, but more fleshed out. I think it's an interesting concept that has more room to grow. But I think they did pretty well here. In terms of combat, I think it's really fun. It's, you know, classic turn-based combat. It does the bravely default thing. You could boost your moves up and you do more damage. It has like a Pokemon or a Persona thing where each enemy has like a elemental weakness or a weapon weakness. So if they have like a shield next to the health bar, if you attack them with 3 times with a dagger and the shield says 3 times, you break them and they will be stunned and take more damage in the next turn. It's a very simple combat system, but once they add more mechanics in, it gets a lot harder to like break their shield and really get that nice vulnerable period where you're all buffed up and you can just kill a boss in like 2 turns. It's very satisfying to do it, and I like it a lot. The combat can be very quick if you want it to be, and it can be really long if you're fighting a hard boss, because they usually have a ton of health. But they do keep it interesting by, you know, constantly adding new phases to a boss and stuff each time you break their shield. So yeah, it's just a very interesting combat system, and it's really fun. I always like that elemental weakness things they have like in Pokemon or in Persona, because it really keeps the combat fast if you know their weakness. Overall, I think the game is just great. There was a problem with grinding at first. Like, I thought the game might have too much grinding in it, because to go from chapters 1 to like 2, it goes from like, you gotta be level 5 to like level 20 to like do the level 2 chapter. So I'm like, oh, that's a little high. But with some strategies, you're able to get around that. Like, you don't have to be overly leveled to like do anything, so that's nice. I kind of just leveled up at my own pace, so it wasn't that much of an issue later on. So overall, I think the game is just great. I would recommend it to anyone that likes turn-based RPGs or these classic SNES style ones.
So not Donkey.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't really like take his opinion on these things too seriously, because he just hates this sort of stuff. I love strategic and like, you know, turn RPGs and stuff like that. It's just my thing. But yeah, I do like recommend it a lot. It seems to, like, you know, besides Donkey, a lot of people actually, I was worried about this game at first. I'm like, I don't know if it's really going to work out that well, but for me, it worked out pretty well, and it seems for a lot of other people, you know, a lot of people like it. It's been selling, like, really well, so that's also good. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm still not done with it. It's really long. I'm like, I'm 50 hours in, and I'm up to the final chapters. Like, I finished 2 of them, but I still need, like, 6 more. So yeah. So I still got a few more ways to go. But no, I definitely recommend it. I think it's a great game, and I want to see more of this from this company, because it's really good. So it's not, I mean, Square published it, but you know, it was another company that made it. So yeah, I would love to see more of it. And the next thing I played is Enter the Gungeon. The new update came out called Advanced Dragons and Gungeons. Yeah, that's what it was called. And it basically just added a whole bunch of synergies, which I feel this is a game that really needed it. So basically, a synergy is when you have 2 items to combine together to make some really weird thing. And this is something Isaac did really well, where you could get something like Mom's Knife, which throws a knife, and Brimstone, which is a giant like blood laser, and if you put them together, you shoot like a bunch of like throwing knives and like stuff. Like, it's really cool. And that was something about Isaac I liked a lot, is that you could break the game so hard that it's just like really fun to see all the different synergies you could get. And it's the reason why I didn't really get too attached to Gungeon. Even though I think the game is really good, you couldn't really break your run too much, and every run kind of felt samey. Like, it didn't really feel like you're really... Like, the game is very skill reliant, which is fine. Like, I love that. but it's still like, you know, after a few runs you're like, I don't know, like I seen this Gunner doesn't really do anything else, like whatever. With this new update, it makes like a lot of bad guns really good. So you can have like I'm trying to think of some synergies here. Like you could have like this rocket launcher and you combine it with some ice weapon and get like a frozen rocket and stuff like that. Or you could just get some useless synergies, like you have two dogs and they have puppies. Like, I don't know, like why not? It just seems to add a lot more variety to the game, and it just makes it more enjoyable. And I think it just, with the improved combat mechanics, because Isaac isn't that great with combat, right? You like move around room to room and you like shoot your tiers. Like in this game, you have like blanks, which are clear room of all bullets. You have your dodge roll that gives you invincibility frames and stuff. Like the boss fights are actually well designed. Isaac is mostly just like they're like face tanks, like just like eat your tiers, and like you just gotta survive long enough till you kill them. With Gungeon, like the combat's actually fun to play through, and with all these synergies, it's really making me consider if I like this game more than Isaac. And for the first time, I actually like beated the game. Like I beated like every single character's like main objective, which is like kill their past and stuff like that. And all I really have to do now is kill the actual final boss, and then I basically beated Gungeon. And this was like a 2 years coming, because this game is extremely hard. But with this new update, they added a lot more ammo drops, which is also something the game needed a lot, because I felt like the game punishes you for using other guns than your starting weapon, which has infinity ammo, because they just didn't drop ammo for the longest time. And the game was really stingy on keys, so you can really open new chests to get new guns. So it was just it was just annoying to like just use other weapons, which is like the game's main draw. So now they fix all of that, so the game is just more fun to play with all these wacky new items and stuff. And which is what I like in roguelites, is using all these weird stuff you find in the dungeon, so you could like get really strong and then fight the final boss, where you should like melt him from all the stuff you have. I feel like that's what like a good roguelite should be like. Like having a skill-based roguelite is really fun. Like this game, like it's still like you're still gonna die even if you have good stuff. You don't know the boss like patterns and stuff. But being able to break the game just makes it like way more fun and like varied and stuff, because every run is different. And maybe you might keep a bad gun because you don't know what it might turn into if you get something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but basically I think the game's just overall just amazing. Like I put it up there with Isaac and like the S tier roguelites. It's extremely good, and I recommend it to like anyone who likes roguelites and bullet hells and stuff like that. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I'm also playing the Switch version because I like that portability, and I put around like I have 30 hours on the PC version, never beat it once. I have 30 hours in the Switch version, and I have beaten it like a lot of times now, and it feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
Yeah. And I would say the only bad thing about the Switch port is it does have some drop frame. Well, not drop frames. It has some slowdown when a lot of bullets are on screen. And that only really happens during 2 boss fights that I could think of. And it kind of helps you more than hinders you. So it's a good port. It's just be aware that it does have some slowdown when there's too much stuff on screen. And that's mostly about it. Mostly just we're alternating between those 2 games. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, we got breaking news. Disney and 21st Century Fox shareholders vote to approve 71.3 billion merger. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed. I think everything's expected to be completed the first half of 2019. So,
oh, okay.
We're almost there, boys. X-Men are coming home.
So, man, that could give so much more material for this, because I'm afraid that like what are they gonna do like after Thanos? Yeah. So now could we have Doctor Doom or something like that? Like, or like Magneto and stuff like that.
Like the Steve Rogers Captain America. Like, are we still gonna have that? Tony Stark Captain America, because I believe Chris Evans and like Robert Downey Jr.'s contracts are gonna expire after the next Avengers or something like that. So it's still up in the air whether or not they want to keep doing these movies, because they've each respectively have appeared in multiple MCU movies, 3 respectively in their own, and then all of the Avengers films. So now we got 21st Century Fox. Now we could get the X-Men, Fantastic Four, so there's definitely going to be a lot of exciting things in store. Potential there, obviously, but this is obviously just the start of the journey up, I guess.
Yeah, again, the only thing I'm scared of is Deadpool, but like this way I'll wait and see, because they're gonna fire this dude for making one joke on Twitter, I don't see how Deadpool is gonna keep that R rating. So yeah, I guess we gotta wait and see though.
Yeah, but is there anything else you would like to add, good sir?
No, I think that's it.
All right, well, that is the end of the Two Players podcast. We will see you guys 3 weeks from now, actually, because me and Damian will both respectively be going on our own separate vacations 2 weeks from now. I will be going to SmashCon, and Damian is taking a family trip. So
yeah.
But we'll see you guys 3 weeks from now with the next episode.
Yeah, later.